Hello again, Craig with CJ Purdy Homestead. Here on the homestead, we're never stopping. We're always working. Not camping this weekend, so what else would we be doing? Not relaxing, working. But anyways, long-awaited video here. Let me turn you around. So, you cannot, well, maybe you can see a little bit. This is made by a gentleman down in Connecticut, U.S. made, and it is called PR Attachments. That was nice and red, but the other side red? No, peeled right off. Anyways, PR Attachments, a guy by the name of Anthony. He is down, I believe, in Milford, Connecticut, which is a neighboring state for us New Englanders. And I bought this from him, I want to say over a month ago, so this is long overdue. And I had wanted to get a rush shipping on it for a job that I was doing, but unfortunately, not any fault of his, the shipping company, they're just not the way they used to be. And didn't come in on time, so I had to get this job going. I didn't have time to do any filming at the time. Promised him I was going to do a video because, I bought this for $1,400. I think he helped me a little bit on the shipping. So the deal was I was going to give him a nice video if I liked it. We don't pull any punches here. And if your shit sucks, then we're going to tell you about it, and you probably won't make any money. But Anthony has a good product here, man. This thing is solid. This is probably my favorite attachment so far. I got 82 hours on the excavator, my Hawaii 35C, and I got a hammer for it. We're looking into a forestry mulcher, but we pull a lot of rocks and a lot of stumps. For this job that I had to cut about 50 good-sized trees and had to pull the stumps. That was part of the job. And we do it all around our house, and we pop rocks and you name it. This thing is unbelievable. I purposely wanted to get a serrated ripper blade. I don't know why I'd grab a smooth one, because when you can do the ripper blade with the serrated edges, it just makes 1,000% sense when you see me trying to pull out a stump. These serrations are invaluable, man. They cut through the roots. The front is pretty good. I actually use the rear more than anything because I put pressure, and I'll show you when we're doing it. I just cut a fresh tree, a birch tree, and birches here, they're just stringy, so this is perfect, and it's a good sized stump. So you'll be able to see how this works. But it saves you a ton of time, a ton of abuse on the machine. Anybody that knows, I have a TYM 474 tractor with a backhoe, and that's really what I've done this entire property with for the most part up until now that we've got an excavator. I should have had this a long time ago. But anyways, when you're working with a regular bucket and a backhoe, tractor backhoe, you can get things done. I mean, I've done it. It just takes forever, and you have to dig a crater of a hole. So let's check out this stump that I'm gonna pop. Get the chickens over here. We got some ants. So size 12 boot. Not a bad stump. I can already tell you that these guys right here, I'm going to be sawing through those with that ripper blade. And I won't have to come out too far, and make this monster, nuclear bomb crater just to get this stump out. It's amazing. And after the fact, I use the ripper blade. Anybody that's done a lot of stumps, you got to get the dirt out of them, make them a little lighter, save the dirt, fill the hole back up. That ripper blade with the serrations on it just tears these things apart. And still going to be a tough little stump, but we'll make short work of it. The other thing is picking up rocks and building walls with this thing. Super good. Gives you like almost a fine, you just get to pinch things. We got our new thumb on there from our buddies over at Energy Power Systems, my dealer that I got we got our excavator from. Can't say enough about these guys. So, you know, we're not making any money doing these videos. They take way more time than they're probably worth, but I believe in promoting good people, good products. This is a good product. I am super happy with it. You know, we had a breakdown the other day. If you saw that video, had a defective pilot control on the right hand side. No fault of anybody's but the manufacturer. And I was down and out. I was bummed out. It was pouring out here. I was stuck down a hill, and I called up Eric and Carl, and they said no problem. It was here the next day. I don't even think I could have gotten a part locally as fast as I got it from them. So kudos to them. I was back. If it wasn't raining, I would have been back up and running the next day. If you're running a business, that's invaluable, man. You know, these guys saving a couple G's, you know, buying them straight from China and then whining and complaining because, you know, something broke, something this and that. You know, you're getting it direct off a ship. You're the quality control guy. When you buy it from a dealer like these guys go through it, or at least they do. And they fix just about anything that probably could go wrong. You know, it's called preventive maintenance. And what broke the other day, nobody could have prevented that, but they made right, and it was here within a day. You can't complain. So my Debbie Dowder buddy that, you know, runs professional equipment, cat and everything else, Bobcat, regular cat excavators, loaders, whatnot. He looked at me and goes, well, that's the problem with these, you know, they break, and well, everything mechanical breaks. And he was even shocked how fast I got the part. So anyways, enough of that. Let's get back onto this PR attachments ripper out of Connecticut. Anthony, I'll leave you the info. I think it's limited contact. I think he's got a Facebook page, and I don't even know if he's got a website, but puts out some really good stuff, quality. I've beat on this thing, and other than the paint coming off, which, you know, is going to happen, it is just solid. The teeth are just incredible. It's strong. I love the removable or the replaceable tooth on the bottom. We'll clean up all this brush, and we'll go from there. Another thing that I found out when I first got this, and you know, it was version number 2 or so of the thumb. And what I like about this ripper is it really doesn't give you, when you have a bucket on and you're trying to use your thumb and you're trying to get anything like a log off angle or something, the problem is it gets caught, you know, in the bucket at an awkward angle, and then you start putting pressure on one side or the other of this thumb, and that can twist your thumbs if they're you know, if they're weaker or made out of a thinner material. Look at what these guys have done. You know, this is solid. I put it to the test. I'm sure I could still bend it if I really wanted to. I'm being a lot more careful with things and more thoughtful of how I'm attacking this. But this takes care of a problem because there's less of a pivot point to bind up, and you'll see when we're running it. So enough of the long-windedness. Let's get to some action. All right, we're in the cab. We're at 82.8 hours on this sucker. I might speed up the video when I edit it a little bit just to get through some, you know, monotonous stuff, but I'm going to try to leave it on real time. I know some people like it, some people don't. Let me know what works and what doesn't for you. I'm just learning like you guys, but I got extra time, so making these videos as I can. Nothing professional, nothing fancy. Just real deal stuff like you guys and gals. We'll go from here. Let's get cranking. pressure on this, you're putting pressure on that left side to twist it. When you have a bucket, that just exaggerates it that much even more. So I like it about this, so you can kind of just go into it gently. Learn how to talk, right? And real gentle like. Trim all my branches, but anyway, you don't get a lot, you get less torque on the bucket or the thumb, or in this case the ripper. Trim those up later. here is they just, we live on ledge. So a lot of these stumps are intertwined right into these boulders. It makes it that much more difficult to get out. So, as you can see, a big root right here. Watch this. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't even have to deal with you. Look out there. They hold them in like frickin' spider webs, man. Watch all the cool rocks I get out of here. Over here, a maple that I'm trying to, I don't want to kill, so hopefully I'm not going to get into those ones. So I'm on an awkward angle as I practice tree stand, so I don't want to kill that tree, but use that ripper. Serrated blades. Should get sarin on them, man. They go right through. Yeah. Done. So now, instead of digging all around those, now I got one against that rock.